Hola amigos and welcome to PowerDrift. What am I doing in this civilized structure that looks like a mall? Well, I'm actually at the airport and I'm about to embark on my next adventure. And to make things better, this one involves a motorcycle and I get to ride it. So where exactly are we headed? That's right, I'm in Madrid.
Próxima estación, El Capricho.
And let me say a big muchas gracias to Triumph Motorcycles for getting us all the way down here to ride a Bonneville that is special. But before I begin, let me ask you a question. What really entails a bobber? Well, bobbers, or bob jobs as they were popularly called, were these unique style of custom motorcycles that are very similar to cafe racers in the sense that they had very minimal styling, they were very low on weight, they would have this rigid suspension, had a lowered seat height, and would have the signature diagonal line that would go from the steering to the rear axle.
How true blue a bobber is this Bonneville derivative? The first thing that comes to mind is the minimal look and styling, almost bare bones in terms of bodywork. But take a closer look and there's more.
Well, you get this hardtail look like I mentioned, and this is really not a hardtail. What you have back in here is a cleverly concealed monoshock. Even the rear hub is designed to imitate a drum brake. And note that these twin pea-shooter silencers actually have the cat boxes integrated inside, which is pretty clever in my opinion. Also, the tank has been chiseled, and of course you have the trademark throttle bodies that actually look like carburetors. What really completes the look for me is this adjustable instrument cluster. You have flat handlebars and of course bar end mirrors. And what impressed me the most is how well packaged and detailed the bobber is. I mean, come on, this is supposed to be a bare bones, a very stripped down motorcycle, right? Then where are the wires and the boxes? Very well done there.
Bobbers are notorious for being uncomfortable on longer rides due to the laid-back ergos, but this one has mid-mount foot pegs and adjustable seat, which helps me switch back from laid-back cruising to a more upright, roadster-based ergos based on my mood, which in my opinion is very practical. It is lighter, a good 14 kgs lighter than a T120. The seat has been lowered, and at 690 mm, it is the lowest in the Bonnie lineup.
Talking about practicality, even with this long wheelbase, the bobber has a decent turning radius. The addition of the mono suspension has helped improve the overall maneuverability of the motorcycle. And get this, the bobber is the only motorcycle in the entire Bonneville range that gets a mono suspension, which even the more sportier and the racier Thruxton R doesn't. And this is evident in the way the bobber handles and corners.
Now this is the same high torque engine from the T120, but this one has been specifically retuned for the bobber with increased bottom end power. These twin slash-cut pea-shooter silencers combined with the twin airboxes not only help put the power down hard, but they also give the bobber a distinct signature hot rod orchestra.
Alright, we're pretty much at the last leg of our destination and we've stopped for coffee in Madrid's first racetrack, Jarama race. Quite a sight. And this is Jarama Cafe where we'll have a coffee. So Sagar, I hope you're watching this and you're jealous. Beneath the garb of this classic machine, the bobber truly is a modern motorcycle at heart. It gets all the electronic aids. You get ride-by-wire, 2 riding modes, one for rain, one for road. It also gets a switchable traction control system, and you also get ABS and a slipper clutch as standard. Now for me that breaks the bobber paradox in terms of being outright stylish but at the same time very reliable and very practical as well. Alright, a beautiful and a scenic ride and a beautiful evening comes to an end here in Madrid, and it's time for me to summarize my initial impressions of what the Triumph Bobber represents.
I sincerely feel that the Bobber will appeal to those who have dissed choppers and bobber based motorcycles in the past under the impression of them being underpowered or under-equipped. For the Bobber completely breaks the bobber myth, so to say, and probably has nothing else in its competition at the moment. But then again, these are my first impressions, and we await the Triumph Bobber at the PowerDrift HQ for a comprehensive review.
Alright, we are back at the hotel. The ride has come to an end, and while I was thinking I would probably get to ride the bike back home, that's not the case. So in that case, it is time to say hello to my little friend here, and let's bring back some memories.